Crochet. How you doing today? Today is Thursday, and we are still on vacation. I'm sitting in the car crocheting, and Roy is out watching the birds. We have come to a place called Audubon New Hall Reservation. I think that's what it's called. I'll put a picture in somewhere of the sign. And it's 50 acres of trails in this sanctuary, wooded area, forest. They call it a little forest. And it's a nature preserve and a bird sanctuary. So Roy is off walking with his binoculars. I started walking, but these hotel rooms have been killing my back. The hotel room beds. Not that they're not comfortable, but they're not my bed, I guess. I don't know. I've had back problems for a long time. Not that anybody cares, but being off, since we've been off the waterbed, we got rid of that a few weeks ago, a month ago. I don't, before we left on vacation, a month before that, and I get up very stiff. My back is sore throughout the day a lot, and today Roy had to help me get up out of the bed. So my back has been real stiff today, and walking was like, no. I got maybe 100 yards in, and I said, I'm going to go sit and crochet. So I'm in the car by myself. It's a beautiful day. It's supposed to go up into the low 60s. It's only 10:15 now, but I'm in my hoodie in the car, and it's really nice and comfy. I'm working on my rectangle cardigan. I am using a 5mm hook, and this is Nancy from She's Got Yarn Too. When I arrived at her house, she had a little box of yarn for me with two of these skinny cakes, these Caron skinny cakes, in the color beautiful. No, the color is called Grape Raisin. Isn't it? There's a glare, so I don't know. I hope you can see it. It looks like you can see it. Maybe it's better from back here. I don't know. It's gorgeous. It's soft. It's wonderful. It's got a little bit of a halo, and I'm keeping it in my little crochet bag here so that it doesn't fall apart on me as we go. I have not worked on this a great deal because I was working on my Granny Squares. I don't even know if I told you guys about that, but this is not a blanket. This is going to be, hopefully, a rectangular duster cardigan, duster length. I started, and this is the modern granny. So you start with a chain and you work around both sides, and you do the granny stitch. And then the next row, you do a chain row. So you single crochet in between your grannies, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, all the way around. And then the next row, you do the grannies in the chain 3 spaces. So it looks like this. And my plan is I chained 45. I'm pretty sure it was 45. I chained 45, and I'm going to go around and around and around and see how big that makes this to make it into the back panel. And see if I can make it long enough and wide enough all at the same time. So it's going to be a work in progress. If I get it to be like this big and it's not nearly long enough, then it might become a blanket. If I get it to be this big and it's really short, which it won't be too short for sure, then I can always add rows to the bottom after I put the sides together like you do in a hexie-gardy. So there's that. I'm thinking about that. But I'm thinking I know that when I talked about doing panels in rectangles, people were kind of interested. So I thought, well, I got to try it and see how it works out before I invite people to do it as well. So I'm working on that now. I finished the squares for my other cardigan, which I'll talk to you about in another video. Um, but I'm just working on this, and I think the chain 45 for me with this thin yarn and the 5mm hook, I might have accidentally found a really good starting pattern here. But Roy is back now, and I got to hear all about if you saw any birds. And I will just put this up as a real quick little video. Maybe I'll add to it later. I don't know. But I got to let you go now. And I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi, everyone. Okay, I'm back. I just thought I would finish the video from earlier today. And maybe get that up tonight before I go to bed. It is now Thursday evening. Yeah, it's still Thursday. We left that bird sanctuary. We didn't see much, or he didn't see much. I chatted with you. And we left there and we went into Savannah because we had promised ourselves that we would go to Paula Deen's restaurant there. If you've never been to Paula Deen's restaurant in Savannah, it's called Lady and Two Sons or something like that. But if you just Google Paula Deen's restaurant, apparently it's the only one, and only in that location. The food is fabulous. You order family style. We've been there one other time, and we knew we had to go back. So you order family style, and you get to order 2, 3, or 4 main courses, and you pay per person by the amount of main courses. So we ordered some kind of fried pork, chicken fried pork chop, roast beef. Well, they said pot roast. No, pork roast beef. It was pot roast, but with pork or beef. I mean beef pot roast. But it was just the meat, not like the potatoes and carrots. So it was a roast beef anyway. It was really, really good. Let me just go with that. Melt in your mouth tender. I did not care for the pork chop because it was very salty. If you could get past the salt flavor, way too salty for me. And I like my food salty, so I don't know if they like accidentally dumped the whole thing of salt in there or what, but it was salty for me. And I didn't eat that. But other than that, the flavor was really good. And then we had fried chicken. So we picked 3. Those were the, right? I think that's what we picked, was 3. Fried chicken. Yeah, and then you get 4 sides. So we had broccoli casserole. Very good. The fried chicken was out of this world. Then we had mashed potatoes. They call them creamed potatoes. Really good. Creamed corn. They make a creamed corn in that place that I remember from last year. I'm like, oh yeah, remember how much we loved the creamed corn? Like we kept getting more creamed corn. Like who is just, you know, it was just so good. Creamed corn, mashed potatoes, broccoli. But they had rice with the roast beef, and gosh, I can't remember the other. Oh, mac and cheese. Also, how can you screw up mac and cheese? But, you know, country style, it's so good. Everything was fabulous. And the thing is, if you finish something and you want more of it, they'll just bring you more. Because it's all you can eat, but you can't take anything home. Anyway, we couldn't finish, so we didn't order more of anything. And then you get a dessert. And I had a chocolate cream cake. It's real thin. Really good. It was like a brownie almost. But I was so full, I couldn't finish it. And I had lemonade. I drink lemonade when I go out to eat most of the time. And this lemonade was like super sweet. Like fair lemonade, you know, where they use 3/4 of a cup of sugar and this much water, a little bit of lemon, and all the bees follow you around. That's how the lemonade was. Like, it was so sweet. I had to have a glass of water to go with my meal. But it was so yummy. And so we really had a good time there. And I took some pictures of Savannah as we were walking to and from the car. It was really hard to find parking. You have to pay to park. it's a tiring day. But we did have to walk a couple of blocks. And then we were so full that I'm like, I just need to go get in the car and take a nap. I asked the waitress even, I said, does the nap come with this meal? Because I need a bed. But the food was really, really good. But I did take a couple of pictures. The first one that I'll put in, I'll insert in here, will be of the restaurant itself. And then just some of the square that we walked along on the way back to where our car was. And then we drove around to Savannah. We drove around some of the neighborhoods, trying to, see what we like and what we can afford and what's in the price range, per the neighborhoods. So from Hilton Head to Savannah, we kind of did that. And then on the way back, we drove back a little bit of a different way than what we went there, so that we could see other neighborhoods and check out other things. And I did doze in the car. Poor Roy, he had to stay awake, but I dozed off. So he was seeing more than I was seeing. But I did get a couple of pictures. On the way there, you guys, we saw, and I know this is totally only trip related and not really crochet related, and I apologize for that. But on the way there, we went through an intersection by the shipyards. There had to be 100 trucks cross through at the light. Nothing but trucks. And this, it was like a truck convention. We drove past this shipping container area. There was just shipping containers stacked on top of each other. And the trucks get a shipping container, and then they circle around, and they have, there's a whole, highway, superway inside this whole shipping area where they have to follow this path, and then they end up on the street, and they cross over, and they go into this other place, full and empty, and coming back and forth. Definitely a well-organized system that they have for loading and unloading. And I did get a picture of a boat all filled with the containers. So stuff you've been waiting for 6 months, it arrived on those containers. Expect it soon. But I've never seen the whole shipping setup thing that they have going on there in the port of, Savannah's port. That was just, once it hits the land, this is how it gets out of there. It was crazy. We sat through a light and we're like, I think it's actually a train coming through, and it just looks like a bunch of trucks. It was quite unique. Something I've never seen like that before. But that was on our way there. On the way back, we didn't see that at all. But I do have a couple of pictures that, like I said, I'll insert of the way there and back. Pardon me. It's been a long day. So I'll insert those. I did work a little bit more on my rectangle. This is the case I carry my hooks and whatever in my crochet bag. I am using, as I said, a 5mm clover. But I think when I started this today, I was just into the purple, the light purple here on this row. And I've kind of gotten into the blue now. And so I'm really liking that. I didn't... Normally when we're driving, I like to crochet, but we're really kind of looking at things that I wouldn't normally be looking at so much, paying attention to. So I'm not crocheting as much. So it hasn't grown a whole lot. But that's okay. It's going to grow. And I'll show you more as it grows more. I did mention that I was working on a cardigan, but I'll talk to you about that in another video. We leave out of here tomorrow, and we're going to go into more northern South Carolina to see what we see there as far as places that we might want to live one day. That's what our travel is about on our way home. So we're going to check that out and see how that goes. Wish us luck. And there's a lot of stuff that I have worked on or have to show you, but most of that I'm going to show you probably when I get home, because I just can't remember everything and it's all packed in the car, and I can't get a lot of it out. So we'll take care of that when I'm home, which will probably be Saturday or Sunday. So expect some more videos coming out, but I thought I would do some little chats as we go, and maybe not have so much overwhelming travel and crochet stuff to talk about when I get home. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye. There's another one. I went to sit here on the bench and I found this little brown guy. I don't know if it's the same one that I saw before. Oh, gone. Missed him.